All right, welcome to another stretch break with Ellen. Happy Wednesday. We are going to be using a strap for some of our stretches. As mentioned, if you don't have one, you can use a long towel or a long t-shirt. So a lot of our focus today is going to be our upper body, our neck, our shoulders, our back. We'll get a little bit of everything, but that's going to be our primary focus. So let's go ahead and just move away from our desk and sit up nice and tall, nice and straight in your chair. And let's start with a couple of shoulder rolls to get blood flowing just a little bit. In case you have been stuck to your desk all morning and really haven't done much, which is okay. We are here now, 15 minutes for us, for our bodies to stretch. We'll do one more big shoulder roll. All right, so now we're gonna do a seated cat-cow. I'm gonna turn my chair so you can see me. Seated cat-cow, we're gonna sit a little bit closer to the edge of your seat, and we're gonna place our hands right on our knees. You're nice and tall here. And as you inhale, I want you to push your chest forward, slide those hands towards your hips, pull your elbows back, arch your back, and then exhale, do the opposite. So you're gonna draw that navel in towards your spine, you're gonna tuck your chin, round the spine here. And let's do that again, a couple more times. So inhale, push your chest forward, pull your elbows back, and then exhale. And if you really exaggerate the movement, you're gonna get a little bit more out of this stretch. Take a few mindful breaths. Inhale, and then exhale. Letting go of any tension, tightness, anxious thoughts. I almost prefer a cat-cow seated rather than in its traditional way in tabletop on the floor. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. So now we've got a little bit more movement in that upper body. I'm going to come back to face you all. We're just going to do a very gentle twist side to side. We'll first start looking over that left shoulder. So you can reach towards the back of your chair, reach underneath. Just a gentle twist here. Maybe the arm comes up and over, depending on what kind of chair you have. Just make sure that you're sturdy. And if you have a chair with wheels, that your feet are planted. And I want you to imagine a piece of string on the top of your head pulling you up an inch right here. And then as you exhale, maybe turning that neck and head one more inch over that shoulder. And then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, just sort of let it go. Maybe get a couple of kinks out in your back, a little bit more movement. And then we go to the other side. Nice inhale. And then exhale. So we'll take a few breaths here. Again, reaching underneath that chair, reaching for the arm, whatever you have. Nice and tall. And on this last inhale, lifting up an inch. Remembering that string. And then exhale, turning your head as you actually drop that shoulder over the right shoulder. And then back to the center. Woo, and then exhale, sort of round the spine and shake it out. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna now grab our strap or a towel. We're gonna come to standing for this first exercise. I'm just gonna readjust my screen here. So go ahead and stand up. If you've been sitting all morning, I suggest shaking out those legs here, moving your arms a little bit. All right. All right, so with our strap, we are going to hold it like this. I'm just wrapping it around so the ends don't fly and hit me. Okay, so you're gonna imagine making the letter Y with your arms, okay? So you want your hands to be a little wider than shoulder distance. So inhale, we're gonna reach up, again, making that letter Y. And then exhale, you're gonna bring it back down. So what we're doing is getting a little bit of an arch in the back. You're gonna reach up as far as you feel comfortable here. I'm gonna show you from the side. So if you feel comfortable, bring those arms back so that you can no longer see them out of the corners of your eyes, just to get a stretch. When we come back here, this exhale, you start to round that back again. So it gives a little bit of relief for your back. I'm gonna do a couple more. And if you feel comfortable, you're gonna follow me. I'm gonna exaggerate this movement. So a little bit more of a mini back bend. So inhale, I'm gonna arch a little more, right? I lift with the chest, I have my head up, and then exhale, I'm gonna bend the knees a little bit as if I'm rolling forward. So inhale, almost like cat-cow, but now we're in the standing position, and then exhale. It's okay to arch that back, right? Our spine is meant to do that. It's just that we're always in that forward flex position that I sometimes feel like it almost is painful when we do that, but our spines are meant to be flexible and meant to do what we call extension, right? This is flexion, this is extension. Always keep a soft bend in your knee. Let's do one more inhale and then exhale. Woof. Okay, give the shoulders just a little breather. Next one is gonna be sort of like a side bend with our arms. So we're gonna come right back up. And we're just gonna go over to the right. Feel free to bend that elbow and pull that strap or towel a little bit more. Inhale back to center and exhale to the other side. Pull it down. And you don't have to add that pull. Maybe right here is enough for you and your side body. Inhale and exhale. So we're just gonna take it a couple times side to side. I want you to think of engaging your core here, okay? So think of stitching your rib cage together, just so we stay nice and strong in the center. We'll do one more on each side. And again, whatever feels good for you. Maybe you turn your head, look up at your elbow to open up your chest a little bit more. This will be our last one. Come back to center, and then right here, hold up just for a couple extra seconds. I want you to bring that back again, and then if you can, bend your elbows and bring that towel or that strap behind you. So now it's resting on top of your shoulders. We're gonna hold this for 8 counts, 8 breaths. Even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, I want you to try to hold it here. Keep breathing. We're gonna hold it for 4, 3, imagine like a doorway stretch, 2, and 1. And very gently bring it back up, or maybe just release that band and then slowly come down. Ooh, oh my gosh. Roll those shoulders. I definitely felt that. So it's sort of like, I was saying, a doorway stretch, placing your arms here and just bringing your chest forward. Now, again, the reason it might feel like it was a lot or that I was uncomfortable is because if we do sit all day, these muscles back here become really weak and these become tight, okay? So good idea to stretch them throughout the day. Let's sit down and do the one that I forgot to do last time. Okay, so take a seat, roll those shoulders again. Okay, so this one you might be familiar with if you've done any kind of physical therapy for your shoulders. Okay, so we're gonna take it in our left hand first, the strap, and you're gonna take it, I'm actually gonna go this way. You're gonna take it up and over, like this. Okay, so this is a towel stretch. Actually, I'll do the other side. Almost like you're doing a tricep stretch. Okay, so now I'm gonna reach around with my right arm, right? I rotate, open that shoulder, reach around. And again, this might be a lot for you. Reach around. You're gonna grab onto that strap. So this aids in our stretch because if you can't bring your fingers together, we try that sometimes to test our flexibility, you use the strap instead. So you don't have to strain to reach for your hand. All right, now what I want you to do is pull down just a little bit on that strap and keep this other one lifted. Okay, make any adjustments that you need to. Maybe you lower the elbow a little bit. I'm just gonna show how this looks from the back. And we're just gonna hold for a couple of breaths. Keeping that shoulder down, especially this right one. And if you need a little more, just pull a little more. Try not to clench too tightly on that strap or your rope or towel. One more breath. And then you can lift it up here. And that adds a little bit more stretch for now that other arm, right? Because I was down here, lifted it up, and hold this right here for 4. A little bit harder. 3, 2, and then 1. Oof, and then relax. Ooh, that was really hard. But hopefully afterwards you start to feel a little bit better. So let's just do the other side. All right, and then we'll just take it to the floor and get into those hips for just a moment. But same thing, other side, and that's where we'll finish. So now you have it in the opposite hand. So for me, it's now my right. I'm gonna take it up and over, and now that left hand. We're gonna rotate that shoulder open, reach behind as if we're trying to scratch our back. You're gonna grab that strap, pull down just a little bit, and hold this right here. You'll probably find that one side's a little bit tighter than the other. One side's a little easier. That's okay, that's normal. But once you have found that, then maybe you go back to the side that was a little bit tighter and hold that for an extra, 15, 20 seconds. And again, this elbow doesn't have to be all the way up. You can lower it down like I'm doing. You want to drop those shoulders. Let's hold it for just a couple more breaths. And then what we'll do is pull the strap up to get a little more stretch into this arm that's down. All right, so now our last one, we're going to pull it just a little bit. You'll see my hand coming up. Oof, go to the point where it starts to feel a little uncomfortable, and I want you to breathe here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Woo! Great job. We are done with the strap. Let's just take it down to stretch out our back, our hips, so you can move that to the side. Last time we did the hamstring stretch with the strap. There's so many different things that you can do with it, right? So just to finish off, we got a couple more minutes here. You're gonna come to your mat. If you don't have much space, that's okay. We're just gonna come down to tabletop in a child's pose. So really nice and easy, you're gonna make your way down, whatever is comfortable, easiest for you. Let's start in this tabletop position. All right, so what I want you to do is create circles here. We're not gonna do that cat-cow, but you're gonna circle. So you're gonna come forward, go to the right, go back, go to the left, and then create a flowing motion circle. So we're also stretching out our wrists here, and just create a little bit more movement in that side body, as well as our shoulders. It might feel a little bit weird at first, but hopefully it also feels good. And then let's reverse and do the other side. Little circles here. Going a little bit further past those fingers to stretch out your wrists. We'll do one more in this direction. And then we're gonna find a nice, beautiful child's pose. So feet together, knees nice and wide, sitting back. Feel free to grab a block or pillow to rest your chest or forehead on. And we'll take a couple of deep breaths. The goal here is to bring your chest to the mat. While you're here, I just want you to rock from side to side. So putting your weight all on that right side and rocking over to the left. Nice and easy, rocking side to side. All right, slowly walk those hands back up, and we'll finish with one more stretch. So we're gonna take those legs around. This is also another one for our upper body as well as our lower body. So slowly come all the way down. We're just gonna come into a bridge position, stretching out those hips. If being on your back is a little uncomfortable, you could do a kneeling version of a hip flexor stretch. If you're down here with me, your feet are under your knees. You're totally relaxed in that upper body, and you're just gonna gently lift those hips off the floor. Nice and easy here, peeling that spine off the mat. Again, relaxing your shoulders. Inhale, we're gonna lower back down, and we're gonna do it one more time, and just hold that for a few breaths. Exhale, lift up. You can place a pillow under your hips or a block. We are gonna hang out here for a couple breaths. If you want a little more stretch in the upper body and across the shoulders, interlace your hands underneath you. Sort of slide those arms underneath and feel that stretch across the chest, shoulders, and rib cage. Hold this here for 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the arms if they were interlaced underneath you, and then very slowly lower the hips back down. Maybe a quick windshield wiper of the legs side to side. You're gonna give yourself a big hug, draw those knees in, tell yourself how awesome you are, how you deserve a break. Maybe wiggle the toes and circle the ankles. And then when you're ready, roll to your side and just gently come back up to a standing position. So nice and easy. I always stop in downward facing dog. One of my last stops before I come up to standing. It always feels good to do this stretch. So feel free to join me in taking that stop just for maybe a couple seconds, and then whatever feels comfortable for you, rolling up to standing. I bend my knees, I roll up slowly, head coming up last. All right. Now we'll take a nice inhale together, big deep breath in, exhale out, and then one more time, big deep breath, filling up the lungs, and then exhaling out. All right, and you all are done. Great job. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better.